Hey folks, Wayne Jennings here. Thanks for joining me for another action camera review. And today we're looking at the SURFOLA SF530. Now, this looks like a lot of other action cameras. It has similar features. You know, it'll do slow motion, it'll do fast motion. It has an image stabilizer. It shoots 4K up to, well, they claim up to 60 frames per second. It has dual view screens, so as well as a screen on the back, you have the screen on the front, so it's great for getting selfies. But two things that set this camera apart from others. One is the low price. I paid less than $100. But the feature I'm really interested in is this camera comes with this. This is a wireless audio transmitter. That means I can be standing far away from this camera and I use this to send my voice to the camera. That means I should get really good audio. The SURFOLA SF530 is a compact action camera capable of recording video resolutions of 720, 1080, 2.7K, and 4K up to 60 frames per second. It will also shoot still images in sizes from 8 up to 24 megapixels. And this camera ships with a wireless audio transmitter featuring a headphone jack for monitoring sound and an adjustable audio level control. Now, I was really impressed by everything that comes in the box. Let's just show you exactly what we get. Of course, you get the camera itself, along with this mounting cage. There's an underwater housing that's waterproof down to a depth of 40 meters. That's 131 feet. And it comes with a spare dust-proof back door. You get two rechargeable lithium-ion batteries rated at 1050 milliamp hours and a 2-slot charger. It comes with this wireless Bluetooth audio transmitter and a dead cat windsock for cutting down on wind noise. You get two USB charging cables, a micro and a Type-C. There's a nice assortment of mounting hardware, a 2-function remote control, and a user guide, as well as a Wi-Fi connection manual. Now, you're probably wondering, how good is the video from this camera? Well, here's a little sequence. Have a look for yourself. And of course, with the waterproof housing installed, this camera is perfect for taking under the waves as well. This camera looks like a typical action camera, dominated on the front by the lens and a view screen beside it. On the bottom of the camera, you'll find the battery compartment door. You just slide it open. Nice to see there's a metal spring-loaded latch there. Unfortunately, there is no tripod socket on this camera. That's a little disappointing. If you want to mount it on a tripod or a selfie stick, you have to use this cage that it comes with. You slide the camera in the cage and then use one of these little tripod adapters on the bottom. So a bit of a hassle, but that's what you have to do. Now on this end, we have some connecting ports here. There's a HDMI output, so you can send a video signal to a monitor or TV. There's a USB port for charging, a little tiny microphone in the bottom here, and our micro SD memory slot is right there. On the far end, there are a couple of buttons here which you can use to navigate the menu when the camera is in the underwater housing. You can also use this to turn the Wi-Fi on or off and switch between the front and rear view screen. And there's also a little speaker built in on the bottom. On top of the camera, there's a little LED here which would glow when you have Wi-Fi, your power switch, and your shutter release. So I'm just going to push the power switch, turn on, and there's the view screen. It is a 2-inch touch screen, really easy to use. When you first turn on, it defaults to the video screen. There's a little video camera up there. To get to the photo mode, you can just slide or swipe from either side, and now you see the still camera. So now you're in photo mode. So either side, you can swipe between video and photo. Now in this case, if I hit this button down here, it says normal 4K. If I hit that, that just shows me that in the video mode I have different options. I can shoot normal video, looped recording, time-lapse, slow motion, fast motion, or turn the Wi-Fi on or off. And I can do the same if I'm in the photo mode here and hit this icon down here. And you see you have the options for single photo, burst photo, time-lapse, self-timer, long exposure, or Wi-Fi. Now we'll just go back to the video mode and I'll show you. If you hit this gear icon down here, it opens up a menu where you can make all kinds of changes. Video resolution, if you hit that, you get this drop-down list. So you can scroll from a low of, say, 720, you can shoot 1080, 2.7K, all the way up to 4K video. So you just select the one you want, and there it's selected for you. For an automatic camera, there are a lot of other settings you can do. There's an image stabilizer you can turn on or off. You can turn the audio on or off. There's wind noise reduction. There's exposure compensation. You can change the metering mode, put a date stamp on there. And then there's a submenu here. You hit that, you can go in and turn the sounds on or off. There's a different angle of view for the lens. There's a diving mode if you take the camera underwater. Special effects, distortion calibration setting, driving mode, so this will act as a dash cam in your car. What else do we have? Oh, this one I really like, microphone setting. It's really nice to see in a small camera these kind of features where you can select either the built-in microphone, you can plug in an external wired microphone, or you can use the wireless microphone. Really, really nice features to see on this camera. You can also change the angle if the camera's mounted upside down. There's a screensaver, auto power off, change the power frequency, adjust the white balance, put in date and time, different language, format the card, things like that. There's also on this side a plus and a minus, a little, it's a digital zoom. You can only use that when you're not shooting. So in other words, you set it up ahead of time and then you can start recording. You can't actually zoom while you're recording. Now I did mention there's two view screens, the front and the rear one. In order to change that, you push this little button here and you hold it for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3, and you see that back screen turns off and the front screen turns on. And you can't really see me for the video lights, but that's me down in the corner there. So I can get a shot of myself. Okay, there I've moved it a little closer to the light source so you can see there I am in the bottom. So it's just a nice way, if I'm doing a selfie shot, I can compose a shot, see exactly what I'm going to get. So just to get back to the other screen, just push this button again, hold it for a few seconds, and you're back to the rear screen. There's also a playback button down here. If I push that, It goes and takes a few seconds, but loads whatever photos or videos I have in there, and then I can select them and view them. Here's a sample of some time-lapse video. In this particular scene, I captured one frame every 5 seconds. I was very pleased with the still photos I captured too. They all looked sharp, colorful, and vibrant. You also have options for burst photo, self-timer, and long exposures. Now here's a few slow motion shots. This first one is 720 at 120 frames per second and 720 at 240 frames per second. Here's 1080 at 60 frames per second and 1080 shot at 120 frames per second. And finally, here's a look at 4K at 60 frames per second. Now, one of the best features of this little camera is its ability to record good audio. And you have selections on this camera that I just haven't seen on other action cameras at this price range. You can use the built-in microphone, you can plug in an external wired microphone, or you can use a wireless microphone. So let's just go test. We'll do them all right now. So I'm going to start this recording. And right now, I'm just using the built-in microphone on this action camera. I'm only about arm's length away. And actually, I'm very impressed with the built-in microphone. Just speaking in a normal voice, it picks up my voice nice and clear. But there are other options because I can plug into this little camera. This is a microphone, clip-on microphone with a cable. Now, this camera does not come with this. You have to buy this separate. But they only cost about, $10 or $15. This is made by Akaso. I bought this offline on Amazon. I'll put a link in the description below. But this microphone works really, really good. So what I'm going to do is plug it into the camera, and then you can hear how it sounds with this. So we just plug it in like so. Then we have to go in where it says microphone here and change it from built-in to external mic, like so. Now it's all set. So this is a plug-in microphone. I'm just going to clip it to my shirt here. And as you can hear, it's getting great sound because it's wired directly to the camera. I can move back. I'm about 2 meters away from the camera, get good sound, speaking normal voice. And the great thing about having this kind of microphone attached to me is I can be turning away. You know, my back can be to the camera, talking about these trees behind me, but you're still going to get really good sound because you got this wired microphone. The mic is no longer in the camera. It's right on me. Now, the third choice is a wireless microphone. Let's check that out next. So now we unplug the wired microphone here, go back to the menu, and find the microphone here. And this time we select wireless microphone. Okay, so now I have the wireless microphone transmitter. There's a little microphone in the top here. I'll just clip it to my shirt, like so. So I'm hands-free. I can be talking. It'll pick up my voice. I'm, not too far away at arm's length. But with the wireless microphone, the great thing is I can move even further away. I can go way back into the woods here, and you'll still get good sound. I don't have to yell. I'm back here talking a normal voice. I can have my back to the camera, and you're going to get really good sound because it's wireless. It's sending my voice wirelessly to the camera. Now, this transmitter has 6 different levels, so you can adjust the level. I find it works best for me set on level 3. But, I got to say, having a camera like this at this price range, where I can use a built-in mic, a plug-in mic, or a wireless mic, that's amazing. That just sets us far above any other camera in this price range. You can operate this camera remotely if you download the Wi-Fi app. As you can see, there's the image that the camera sees. If I turn my phone sideways, I get a nice big wide angle image. And I can make all kinds of changes. If I hit this button here, I can go scroll through, change the resolution, or there's a more extensive menu. If I hit that button, it pulls up all kinds of things I can change. I can turn on image stabilization, there's wind noise reduction, change the resolution, change the white balance, a whole bunch of things like that. Of course, if I hit the button down here, it will start recording video remotely until I hit it again. I can also go in and take still pictures by hitting the still picture icon down here and take still pictures. Or if I hit the button at the bottom here, it takes a few seconds, but basically it pulls all the files from the memory card, brings them to your phone. So now I can scroll through, find videos and photos, click on it, and preview them, take a look on my phone. This camera has a feature called electronic image stabilization. That's turned off right now. I'm just walking down this trail, holding the camera at arm's length. I'll just turn the camera around. There's the same shot going forward. As you can see, there's a few little bumps and shakes because the stabilization is not turned on. Come back to me here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk over the same trail, but I'll turn the image stabilization on, and you can see for yourself if it makes any difference. All right, so now I'm walking over that same section of trail. I've turned the image stabilizer on. First thing you notice is it's a little tighter because it does tend to crop the image when the stabilization is on. I'll turn around and there's that same shot walking forward that I got before. In my opinion, it's definitely smoother, not as bumpy as that last shot. Come back to me here. So, you know, it's not bad. I mean, it's not great. It's no GoPro Hyper Smooth. But again, considering the price point of this camera, I think it does a half decent job. So in conclusion, I was very impressed with the SURFOLA SF530. I mean, considering it costs less than $100, this little camera is packed with a lot of great features. Image quality, no complaints. 1080, 2.7, 4K, all looked sharp and clear, especially when shot at 30 frames per second. I found though if you boosted that to 60 frames, things started getting a little soft, too soft for my liking. So my advice is stick with 30 frames per second and you can't go wrong. But what I was really impressed with is the audio capability of this camera. I mean, the built-in mic is good. If you're just holding it and talking, great sound. The fact you can plug in a wired mic, again, it gives you options for using different kind of microphones. But the big bonus is the fact that it comes with this wireless audio transmitter. That means I can be 5, 10, 15, 20 feet away and still get crisp, clean audio. So, you know, I have no hesitation recommending the SURFOLA SF530 as a budget-priced, quality action camera.